Hello, this is Sophia. It is day 10 post-op underbite surgery, and today I just wanted to share with you chronologically, day by day, how the past weeks have been going for me. It's been, like I said, 10 days, and with each day, it's been different. No day's been the same. It's been a roller coaster of emotions and feelings and pain. But of course, with the healing process, that's expected. Although it's more so than I thought it would ever be. Um, so today, I just wanted to share day by day with you, kind of where I was each day, which day was the hardest, tips and tricks that helped me over the past week, and some of the things that kind of have eased the healing process and recovery process for me. Excuse me, for me. I still have a little bit of swelling here under my sinuses and nasal passages and cheeks, in my nose. I can feel all right here. And my eyes, of course, are a little swollen, a little bit tender. Okay, so following my return from the hospital last Monday, that night I stayed in the hospital on Tuesday. Came home midday Tuesday, and I made that first video following surgery, which I'm not sure everybody had a chance to see. But I was talking fairly well. I had my elastics on, and everybody kept asking me, "Oh, you talk so well after surgery." Well, that had a lot to do with the anesthesia I was still under. A few days after that, I was very exhausted, tired. I didn't want to talk, and I wasn't really that hungry, to be honest with you. So Tuesday was the start of the whole experience. I slept well Tuesday night, and like I said, I think that has a lot to do with the medication I was on. Going into Wednesday, I was coming off the anesthesia, and some of the things I felt initially on Wednesday was massive congestion. I could not breathe normally through my nose. People I've talked to, I've tried to explain that to. Very, very tight face, tight, feeling puffy. Of course, that's swelling. My ears were plugged like I had an infection, and I could only breathe through my mouth. So, sleeping the first 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, I slept on the bed, and then I transitioned over to the couch, and that made it a little bit better. But as you can imagine, trying to learn how to breathe again was very, very challenging, and it made me very anxious. I remember one night on Wednesday, I was laying in bed and I was very frustrated. I started crying. I could not breathe literally could not breathe through my nose, and I had to take very deep breaths and learn how to breathe through my mouth again. And with this splint, it makes it even more challenging because it covers a portion of the roof of my mouth, and then that forces me to breathe and time the space between time between when I breathe and when I lift my tongue and when I talk. So you can imagine it's very challenging and of course made sleeping very difficult. Expect not to sleep well your first week. It's unfortunate, but it comes with the territory of healing. As you can see, I'm not very happy about the past week. Unfortunately, this is not a fun process. I guess coming into it, I thought it was going to be a lot easier. Um, but, everybody did tell me your first week is going to be the hardest. Your first week's going to be the hardest. And thank you, Lord, and on all the prayers that everybody's been sending me because it's been very hard. But, with my mom and people helping to call and, send prayers, you've been a blessing. And, I've overcome, so it's been good. Okay, so moving on to Thursday. Um, my pain level between Thursday and Friday was between a 5 and a 6. When I left the hospital, I was around a 4 or 5. That was because, of course, the anesthesia. They had me on, um, medication to bring down the swelling. And when you get home, you don't have all that. Um, so Thursday, I learned what pain felt like following coming out of the meds from anesthesia. They all had left my body. So, of course, immediately my face started getting very red, very flush. Your ears will feel hot. It almost feels like you have a temperature. And you don't want to have anything heavy on, very light clothing. When I was sleeping with a sheet, um, I would wake up every night, and I'm talking about the nighttime because, and you'll hear me talking, referencing the evening sleeping time, because that for me was the most challenging. During the day, I was able to alleviate the pain because I was awake and I was able to monitor it a little bit more. But at night, I found it most difficult. In addition to that, I found that a lot of people that have made videos haven't really referenced the evening process and their trials and tribulations. I might be different. Um, the evening might have been worse for me than it was for somebody else. So I'm going to journal it here and share with you kind of the issues I had in the evening time when it comes to sleeping. So with that, in the evenings they were difficult because I was getting up my first 2 to 4 or 5 days. I was getting up about every hour to 2 hours because not only was my stomach feeling nauseous and kind of different from the pain meds, or getting used to them outside of it being an anesthesia, my lips and my whole face were on fire, burning, hot, red. So what I found to be useful, and I'll show you in a little bit, are ice packs and cooling wraps and sucking on ice cubes, very small crushed ice cubes. Into the weekend, Saturday, I ended up finding that I was running out of pain meds. It was over this long holiday for Memorial Day weekend, and I was getting worried that I wasn't going to have enough. So I ended up meeting with my surgeon on that Sunday, and thankfully, he's on call, and he gladly met with us Sunday afternoon and prescribed me some more medication. Unfortunately, because the clinic was closed on base, that forced my mom and I to run around trying to find a pharmacy around town here that would fill the strength of the Percocet prescription. That was a little bit of a challenge. So going into that, I would say recommend before you leave the hospital, ensure you have plenty of medication to get you through at least 12 days. If they can prescribe that strength of amount for you for your Percocet, your medication. By Saturday and Sunday, I had gotten a feel or an idea for how I wanted to sleep, where I wanted to sleep, what made it easy. And a few of the things I'll show you in a bit helped a lot. I got into a routine. Expect the pain, your pain level, your comfort to be very much of a roller coaster at first. Going into it, I totally thought that every day was going to get better and better. Your first week, that's not the case. Every day was different. I can't say it was routine. Some days I would wake up feeling congested and tight. And other days I would feel okay, and then the pain would come, 2, 3 hours later. I will tell you, every day I wake up following sleeping, in the evenings, my face and my jaw are very tight, so you don't want to talk much. Give yourself a good 5-10 minutes to get up, wake up, sit on the couch or wherever you're at, just sit up, make yourself a little bit more aware that you're awake, wake yourself up, and then get off out of bed or out of the couch and, proceed with your day, because it's going to take you a little bit to wake up after taking meds, of course, at night, and then just feeling comfortable getting up after you've been laying down for, 4 to 3 to 8 hours. Okay, so some of the things diet-wise that I've been eating have been really good for me, especially at night. Have been ginger tea. I went out and literally bought a big ginger root and sliced it very thinly and boiled it, and that was ginger tea. That settled my stomach at night. Cream of wheat is great in the morning. It fills me up. I have that with a watermelon and melon shake. I've learned that for me, specifically, I don't like the processed packaged food. I prefer something to be made or something fresh to be made or eat. The only thing I'm doing instant really are some puddings, some of the cream of wheat, of course. Everything else I'm doing fresh. The ginger tea, cold Jello. I found that it's cheaper to buy the boxes of Jello. Excuse me, and make it on your own with water, of course, the old-fashioned way. It goes longer, and it's definitely lasts a little bit longer, and it's nice and cold for your throat. Clear soups, potato soups that you can puree. Vanilla ice cream with juice is really good because it soothes your throat as well. Ramen noodles, water, protein shakes, melon. What else do I have here? Bean soup. If you have a chance and you can look online before surgery, I recommend purchasing this. It's called Dinner Through a Straw, and it's a yellow book. They have it online, and they have a lot of wonderful recipes in there. To get you, that's my mom, to get you started as far as getting ideas on what you want to eat. Of course, it's going to be hit and miss initially. You're going to taste something and you're going to absolutely hate it because it's not what you're expecting. And then, the next time you eat it, or you'll change out what your preference is in food, and you'll get to liking a lot of stuff. And I say that because at some points in time you're just hungry and you'll just eat whatever's available and easy for you at the time. Let me take a moment and get some items to show you what made it useful for me as far as preparing food and uh, packaging food in the fridge. 1 second. Okay, so this is going to be a long video and I apologize, but I think it's very helpful. Okay, so first off, to keep my face cool and the burning down and the redness down, I noticed the hospital didn't give me any ice packs at all. So I went out, or my mom went out, and we found a medical supply store, um, and we bought. They come in packs, but you buy the Arctic ice pack, and you can get two. They come in packs. I think they're $40, and they come with these great sleeves. And what I was doing, I won't take the time to show you, of course, but you put two and two together. They have elastic, which is wonderful, so you can adjust it based on the size of your face. And it just lay right here. And so I went out and we bought two sets of these, so total of 4 individuals, and one of these to keep consistently cold in the freezer. Another thing that I used the first week religiously, sometimes these were in lieu of ice packs because they were nice and light, were what they call a Arctic Ease cold wrap. I found this particular one at Target. You can find them at CVS and the off-brand kind. They both work well. They take water and that's it. About 3 teaspoons of water, and then you just leave it out on the counter, and they recool themselves. But it's wonderful. You'll look funny. You'll look like a mummy for a good week, But let me tell you, they keep the pressure down, they keep your face cool, they're wonderful. So, and what's great is they bind to themselves. So, and you can cut them to adjust how you need them. So I would have one up here. This would be the last one I would put. And then I would do smaller ones that would go from here to here along my nose and my cheeks. And then I would do one around my chin. Some may not need the chin, but I did it because it held everything in place, and then I would do the big one on top. These were a lifesaver, especially for your caregiver. They're easy. They're something they can help you do. Um, I would get so frustrated trying to hold up those ice packs and da 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 da. This is 10 times easier. But when you want the extra cold during the day, these are easier when you have more time to adjust your face and adjust what you need for this. So ice wraps, cooling wraps at night, ice packs during the day, and then when you're feeling a lot better and you feel like waking up and adjusting these, that works great too. Also at night, what I also found helpful, and I don't know if you can see it from here, is this little end table here. It's not an end table. It's a dinner table that you can eat. TV stand. But I was sleeping here, and I got myself one of these pillows. Okay, and one of these pillows, and then a neck pillow, and that's how I sleep because it keeps me sitting up. I had to do that the past 4 nights because one night I slid down using regular pillows and I choked, and it scared me. It gave me really bad anxiety, so I went with that. And on my table I have my 2 to 4 pills that I need for the night. Outside of the container, so that way it's easy for you or your caregiver to give you. On the table, I have my petroleum jelly that I put on my face or my lips, and I have my syringe and my glass of water. Now, I didn't really utilize these right away like I should have, because I was getting up at night, every time to use them. So I came up with an idea. Let me just put the table out. It's right there. I don't have to get up unless I need to use the restroom. And it's quick and right there, and then you can go back to sleep right away. It makes things really easy. Another thing I use right as I'm getting out of the shower, preparing for my day and getting ready. I use coconut oil, and I found this at Trader Joe's. But I put that on my face because you'll notice your face will get very dry. So I've been using that, and that helps me. At night, I've been using arnica gel. You can tell I don't have a lot of bruising, but I do have a little bit right in here. So that helps with any type of bruising you might have. Excuse me. Just want to make sure I'm capturing everything. And, of course, making sure you have plenty of syringes on you. These guys, of course, with the pump. I ended up having to ask the doctor for more tubing because I was using the same syringe for my water and my food, and it was beginning to taste all the same. So I asked him for a couple more, and that seemed to help a lot. See, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Also, what I've found is if you're going to be out during the day, I'm not back to work yet. I've only been out of the house 3 times. Every time I've been out and I come back, I'm absolutely exhausted. It's only been maybe 2 to 4 hours at the most. But what I found is I need to take something. I need to take my medications. I need to take my ice packs. I need to take food. I need to take, everything I'm going to need for those 2 to 4 hours to do self-care. So, what I found to be helpful is 1, a lunch pail, to your ice packs with your Velcro so you can use them. I don't care if I looked funny. I felt comfortable. That's the key, is making sure you feel comfortable wherever you go. Um, I found that the Gerber baby packs like this, I found food that I actually like to eat from it. And then once I'm done, I empty it, I clean it, and I put my Jello, any type of liquid that you want in there, but mainly Jello. Hard food, that solid soft food that I can eat quickly. Very, very wonderful, very helpful. Um, and then of course in your lunch pail you want to take your syringe, you want to take your spoon, anything that you're gonna need, water. Oh, I also drink a lot of 7-Up or ginger ale. It helped my stomach ease the pain of the nausea that I had. I didn't have a lot, um, but that did help me. Let's see what else. Aches and pains that you'll feel, and I'll end this here. Um, your body in general is gonna feel off. It's gonna feel like you got in a fight. It's gonna feel like you had surgery. Um, Not every day will be the same. Like I said, one day you'll wake up and you'll have stomach pain. The other day you'll wake up and you'll feel like you got hit by a freight train. Um, but the major sores, aches and pains I have felt have been, of course, tightness, congestion, um, and swollenness in my face, and redness in my ears. It feels like you have a temperature, but you don't. Just check, of course, but I never did. Your temple, they did more work on the left side of my face than they did the right side. So my tendons, all on my left side, are hurting. My temples in here, from here, I have to be careful. From here to here are very, very tender to the touch. I mean, I can't even put a brush. I can't even touch it because it's tender. Expect that. Expect like the nerves near your ears to hurt. My jaw just started having pain here. Expect a few internal bloody noses, meaning they won't bleed, but you'll get blood clogged up there, dry blood. So be ready to clean it out and all that. Your eyes are gonna be puffy. They're gonna hurt a little bit. When I say hurt, not like somebody hit you, but they're gonna feel tender. You can tell I'm real dark under here. They'll be puffy. Um, my sore throat pain from from surgery and that tubing, aerating tube, it went away. I want to say around day 4, 5. But today, the last 2, 3 days, it's been really tender here, and I think that's just the after effects. My tonsils were tender. That's normal. Um, when I went to the surgeon, he said I'm healing wonderfully. That was on Tuesday, so it's now Thursday. So I'm just glad that that's going well. And with that, I'll leave you with a few profile shots. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And I'd be remiss if I didn't thank all my family, my friends, my work family, and everyone on my social media that's been praying for me. I've been MIA for about a week, and I miss everyone. But I've been MIA because I obviously been feeling very, very tired, exhausted. There's days you don't want to do anything. So thank you again for the continued support and prayers, and it means a lot. And again, to my mom, she's not here right now, who's showering. Um, she's been wonderful, and I love her for coming out to help me, and I couldn't be more thankful. So with that, here are some profile shots. Excuse me. So here's from the front, and here's me smiling. And there you go. So I will say the first week is the hardest. The last couple of days have been the best days in the past 10 days. I've gotten a lot of sleep. I'm sleeping through the night, give or take getting up. Um, I am still feeling tired, so take it easy. Don't go running around doing anything. Just relax. You're going to get bored, but find a good book, find a good movie, um, have friends come over and talk. But relax, take it easy. Find a new recipe that you like. Um, things like that. So I hope this video was successful and helpful to you. And thank you for letting me share my journey with you. And I'll see you in a week or so. Thank you.